There's also a very famous quote in Tamil which says, Shakti illayel, Sivan illai. So I represent the Shakti industry, which is the charger industry, and Shivan is basically the mobile phone. I mean, without a charger, the mobile phone is just a paperweight, I would say. So from that point, I think chargers are more important, and that's the business.
Let me check.
Yeah. That's the business we are in. And again, the reason why I also said Shakti is because Shakti represents women. And we have been the one, I'm very proud to say this, we have been the one to bring women in this electronics manufacturing industry 90% already way back in 2007. And I think there is no other state apart from Tamil Nadu who has this kind of a gender diversity when it is coming to the area of manufacturing and electronics manufacturing. It's been a phenomenal journey. We'll talk more about that. With that short note of Salcomp, we are a power supply company, so we've been manufacturing, we are globally number one. And also India, we are number one, supplying about 30% of India's market share and about 15% of the global market share in this space. Electronics industry has seen a lot of ups and downs all the way from 2007 when, Chennai area was supposed to be the next Shenzhen of China. I mean, when all the companies started coming over here, be it Flextronics, Foxconn, Dell, Sanmina, Salcomp, Nokia, every one of those, in this corridor. But I think today, altogether, we employ even more people than what it used to be in 2007. So, meaning there has been a roller coaster ride, but I think we have really put things back on track. Thanks to the very, very supportive government policies, both at the central and at the state, and that's a core reason why we are all existing. So I have to acknowledge the fact on this one. When the government brought in the phased manufacturing programs, and then now the PLI schemes and spec schemes to be able to spur the growth in this industry. I mean, electronics today is a part of our daily life. I mean, starting from our alarm bell in the morning and then until we go to bed, everything is driven more or less by electronics today. So therefore, we play a very key role in this powering all of these devices, and we have also taken a step ahead, not just powering, but I think we are in every of the aspect that they spoke. We just not only make chargers, but then we have a very proud customer right next to me, Ms. Shohini and her organization. We are a vendor in the supply chain that they're talking about on the precision manufacturing. We also invested heavily, not just on chargers, we have completely diversified ourselves in the last 2 years. About 500 odd CNC machines in the factory in Chennai. And at the same time, also the largest exporter of solar micro inverters out of India. I mean, we do manufacture solar micro inverters in this country, and largest. Every single week there is at least one Boeing complete full aircraft worth of goods going out from Chennai all the way to San Francisco. So scale. I mean, what I'm talking about factories of the future, in my view, it's all about scale. I mean, electronics industry is about scale, and we can divide this into 3 segments. One is, just a OEM manufacturing. Next comes, the joint venture designs, and then complete design and development. Today, what is happening in this industry is that, especially mobile phones that we're talking about, have always been an assembly-oriented business. From 2014 until 2017-18, they've all been assembly. I think that's the very first step. But then next came components. I mean, we all play a role now in this on the component ecosystem. But where we can really go is what you also mentioned, sir, in your address, is that we really have to move towards high value add, which is design, so that we can keep things all in one place. Otherwise, it's easy to move factories to different parts of the world. But then if you have the complete ecosystem, starting from design to component ecosystem, then to assembly ecosystem, I think we have a very clear business case. And Tamil Nadu as a state really has all 3 of this. I don't know, in the previous speeches, we heard that, IT industry is something that's not very flourishing, at least in this state. But I would say the design-led ecosystem, as far as manufacturing is concerned, is definitely flourishing, with a lot of companies, investing in design and development. Also right here at IIT Madras Research Park, and some names like Foxconn and many others that we mentioned, and the EV ecosystem. So I would say is that, moving all the way from just an assembly part to design. I think that's all our that has to be our priority number one, not just as a state, also as companies, to be able to move forward and survive the whole limits. So I think I can just pause there for a while before we take
We'll
on
come back to you with
more
some
questions.
questions.
Yeah.